Okay, so yesterday I had an issue on one of my websites where the sidebar, which is normally meant to be here, had vanished. So when I scroll down, you can see that it's been nudged all the way to the bottom here. Now, I did a lot of research yesterday. I spent about 2 hours looking for reasons for this and how to fix it. I was told to put a URL into either the W3C markup validation service, which you can do, and I did that and I couldn't find any errors. People are normally saying, or the general consensus is that you may have a closing or opening div tag like this. So something like this div tag, you may have an extra either closing one, such as this one, or take that away, that's an opening div tag. So if you have anywhere on your page that you've built one of these div tags that hasn't been closed or hasn't been opened, then that can cause this issue to happen. I also checked this page through the HTML validator here at freeformatter.com and couldn't find any issues there either. It brought up other issues which are general kind of coding issues, but it didn't bring up anything to do with that. So the next thing I did was actually went through all of my plugins. Now, the more plugins you have on your website, the more chances you've got of some of them, or one of them, or two, a few of them going bad on you because the developers have stopped updating them for various reasons, and that means they just go bad. So as you update WordPress, the plugin doesn't actually keep up with it, so it can cause issues with your site. So what I did is actually went through my plugins, and I actually went through one by one, and I eventually deactivated this one, the WordPress related posts thumbnails. So if I deactivate that now, and I'm going to say it's a temporary deactivation, I'm just debugging an issue, submit and deactivate. If I now reload this page, you can see the sidebars come back to where it should be. So the whole issue was to do with the plugin. So my advice is, if you have any problems with your sidebars in WordPress, first things first, just open or activate and deactivate, or deactivate and reactivate all of your plugins. I would recommend doing it one by one. You can do them all at once, and at least you then know that if it comes back to normal, it's a plugin issue. But I went through them one by one because I didn't want my site looking crazy for visitors. So by doing that, you're just going through systematically each plugin, deactivating it, reload the page, see if it works, and then if it doesn't, then reactivate that plugin and just carry on until you find the plugin that actually has the problem. If there's not a problem with any of your plugins, then obviously go back through the W3C markup validation and possibly the freeformatter.com to see if the issue's there. If you've still got problems, then there's other ways of doing it, which you'll pretty much have to Google. But using one of those methods, I can pretty much guarantee you'll find the problem. Now, the beauty about using Thrive themes, which is what I'm converting everything over to now, all of my websites are going to Thrive, is that they have so many plugins for you to use on your website. You very rarely have to use any third-party plugins, and the ones they recommend you do use are really well established, really well built and looked after and updated plugins, especially things like the Google XML sitemaps, things like that. So you know those additional plugins are going to be good, but the majority of plugins you're going to use for a Thrive Themes website and template are actually run by Thrive, and they're obviously updating them all the time. Every week I'll probably get 2 or 3 updates for each plugin. So that's why I'm moving everything over to Thrive Themes. That's why I recommend you use them on your WordPress site, because you're eliminating so many problems by not having a massive amount of third-party plugins. So I hope that helps. If you've got a problem with your website, then obviously try that first. If neither of those help, then go to W3C or to freeformatter.com. If you've still got problems, maybe speak to your host or get someone else to have a look at the site for you. But I'll leave that for there. But yeah, this is why I'm recommending Thrive Themes.